we will create a Synapse workspace and then find insights from the data using SQL. So let's create the SQL workspace. But first you have to like terminate this cluster, otherwise it will keep costing you money. Okay, let's search here Synapse Analytics, and click on create. Select the resource group and the workspace name, and it will be Azure UAE North Synapse, and region will be UAE North. Data like Gen 2 from subscription, and account name we have to give the account name, and file system name will be transform data. Contributor, make sure to do this. Assign myself the storage blob data contributor role on the data lake Gen 2. Now in the security, for the authentication method, you can allow both local and Microsoft Entra ID authentication, which is flexible for legacy apps but less secure. Or for more security, you can enforce only Microsoft Entra ID authentication, which means all users and apps must sign in through Azure AD, Active Directory. So I will choose use only Microsoft Entra ID authentication, and next, and double encryption using a customer managed key. This basically means your data is protected twice, once with Microsoft's key and once with your key in Azure Key Vault. For example, if I enable it, then you will have to select the key vault and manage the identity. I will keep it disabled. When deploying Synapse Analytics, you can enable a managed virtual network. This means Azure automatically creates a private isolated network for your Synapse workspace. All your pipelines, SQL pools, and Spark jobs stay within Azure's private backbone. No public internet exposure. By enabling this option, you can see create private managed endpoint to primary storage account, allow outbound data traffic only to approved targets, but we will keep it disabled. But remember, it is also the easiest way to boost security without managing complex networking yourself by enabling this managed virtual network. In Synapse, you will also see the option that says allow connections from all IP addresses. This basically means anyone on the internet can try to connect to your workspace. While it's convenient for testing or demos, it's not secure for production. In real world projects, you either restrict access to your own IP address or use a managed virtual network with private endpoints, this one here. But I will keep it enabled for now. And minimum TLS version, transport layer security version will be 1.2, and tags skip next. Now click on create. Wait for the Synapse Analytics to deploy. Once the deployment is complete, click on go to resource. Click on open Synapse Studio. Click here. This is the expand option. Now I will explain these quickly, and this is basically very similar to Data Factory. Azure Synapse Analytics has a very clean interface, and there are 6 main sections. And home is your quick start dashboard. It contains ingest, explore and analyze, visualize the documents and community here. Okay, and you can also create new SQL script, KQL script, notebook, data flow, Apache Spark job definition, pipeline import, etc. And data is where you browse and query your databases or files. Okay, and you can see in the link there is our data from data lake storage gen 2. It should be in transform data, and you can see this is the transform data, and this is the primary one which we set in during the setup of Synapse Analytics. Develop is where you write SQL scripts or Spark notebooks, and integrate is for building pipelines just like Data Factory. Like you can see here, pipeline, connection, data tool, browse, import, and monitor lets you check pipeline runs, Spark jobs, and queries. And finally, manage. Manage is where you configure linked services, runtimes, and security, very similar to the Data Factory one. Basically, you can do everything on Synapse too. Now, you might have this question: if we can do everything on Synapse, then why would we use Data Factory? Well, Azure Data Factory and Synapse Analytics often get confused, but they serve different purposes. Data Factory is all about moving and orchestrating data pipelines, pulling data from multiple sources and landing it in a central store. Synapse, on the other hand, is about storing, querying, and analyzing data at scale. It's your data warehouse for BI and analytics. In real-world projects, they work together. Data Factory ingests and prepares the data, while Synapse makes it queryable and connects to Power BI for insights, which we have done so far. In the next part, we will query the transform data using SQL.